Hey guys, how's it going? So in today's stream, we are just gonna do some working on Tommy's Featherweight M249. So all you gotta do is take the pistol grip off and then knock out the center pin and the gearbox just comes straight out. It's pretty easy. So because of how cumbersome this is, I'm gonna actually do this on my lap. So in order for this box mag fit with this 249, this wiring is for Tommy's adapter for his 249, because we're putting the Bull Gear box mag in this thing. This battery will go right in there, and then when he goes to use it, this will be already in the 249, and then he just loads it up, it's plugged in, it's ready to go. And then when he needs to reload, he can simply just open that up, pour his BBs in, or if he had another one of these, he can get another one. Just press this button right here, and then he just slaps it off to the side, and this permanently stays in his 249. Just grabs another box mag with fresh set of BBs and a battery, and then reloads. Simple as that. It's 150 for the box mag and the adapter, and then it's 130 per box mag. They're 3D printed with ABS plastic. They came from all the way from Russia. That's where Bull Gear is located, is in Russia. Good people. Okay, gearbox is almost ready to come out. Tap this pin out. All right, so this is the pin, just a lot like the M4s. Just pull the, simple as that, just pull it straight out. All right, and we're done with the receiver. Okay, here's the gearbox. As you can see, it's front wired. It's going to be rewired with this gate tighten. I was thinking about running the wire to the Mosfet like this, and then the main wiring run out the back. Actually, you know what? No, I won't do that, because I just realized if I put a Dean's connector with this black wire and this red wire, I can have it plugged straight into the Mosfet like a battery, just like this. And then this will connect to that block that I was showing you earlier. And since this plugs straight into the battery in the box mag, makes wiring pretty simple. So I really don't need to mess with the Mosfet. Because originally I was thinking that I was going to have to solder into these points right here. Then I just realized, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to do that. I just plug into this plug-in right here, because it literally flows through that adapter. So this has a quick change on it. All right. Yeah, this is the stock spring that was originally in this guy. So we'll set that off to the side. This is a fully built Featherweight, geared towards reliability. So in this, we have a POM piston head, the Aztec Extreme piston. And then I think we just kept with we went with the full cylinder on this guy, so we can so Tommy can maximize his joules with the heavyweight BBs. We got an EPS cylinder head, and then the nozzle. This nozzle stays really, really solid going forward and back, which actually this nozzle is a 38.4, and I actually had to trim it down a little bit, as you can see from the shininess right there, the chrome lookingness right there. But yeah, this thing shoots very consistent. So I'm taking everything out in order to install that Mosfet. Okay, so we might have to modify this gearbox to accommodate the gate tighten, and when we do that, is you just take the top board off. It's already off. And you can just set it down in the gearbox and see if it sits down nice and flush and doesn't rock around. Which in this case, it doesn't. And since it doesn't, we're going to go into our Gate Titan 2 box here. Grab the installation kit. Alright, we grabbed the installation kit. And this kit has a variety of things in it that allows you to install the Mosfet, such as the ever so important stickers, as well as the screws and washers, shrink wrap, and connector, which is really cool because we're actually going to use this connector on the wiring for the Bull Gear box mag. Later, I'm going to solder the wiring here onto this connector, and that would pretty much set this good to go for the box mag to be utilized in this 249. So I'm going to set that over there. We got like a nylon washer, which is absolutely needed when you're screwing down your screw to the board to the gearbox. So they give you a couple different size screws depending on the gearbox, and nylon washers and metal washers. When you go to screw down your gate tighten here, again, you want to make sure it's not doesn't rock like this, and you also want to make sure that you have an even distance around right here. So from here to here, and then from here to the edge of the top of the Mosfet, you want to have it as even as possible. So you got a big one and a small one. And for this gearbox, we're going to be using the small one. So we're going to grab our little Phillips screwdriver, and then I'm going to slide over the little tiny metal washer on the screw. And then now the nylon. The nylon is there so that it doesn't short circuit the board. You want to make sure your wires right here don't interfere with your trigger. I'm going to go ahead and put the sector gear in there. So this is important to know when you go to test your Mosfet. Do exactly what I'm doing right here. You're just going to have your sector gear and your trigger in the gearbox. I'm going to go ahead and close it up. Then you only need to run down a few screws, just enough to close up the gearbox. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in the battery. So as you can see, I got the Mosfet in there. Mosfet's plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and connect. So what we're going to do, we're first going to go to the trigger. It's asking me to calibrate the trigger, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'll hit that, pull the trigger all the way, hit next, release, hit next. Mosfet's working so far. We can put this thing together. Okay, so we got the piston in, nozzle, Mosfet's in, trigger's in. Okay, we're good to close up. Okay, so I usually only put 3 screws in. Reason being because I always test to make sure the gear set is going to move smoothly. So to do that, I first hold the gearbox like this, push the nozzle in all the way with my thumb, and I take a pick and I rotate the gears. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this guy over, and I gotta pop this guy loose because I have to put a different sticker on it. I'll show you why I gotta do the stickers differently. This is the pay run, and this is the gate. As you can see, they're inverting in the colors. So as you can see, I put the black edge of the sticker right on the edge of the tappet plate right here, and then I brought it to the top here nice and flush with the edge of the tappet plate here. On this tappet plate, it made it much easier to do because it was a little bit raised. Plastic's a little bit raised right there, so I could just put the sticker right up against it, and it made it pretty simple. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put this back on, and I'm going to calibrate this tappet plate. Normally, when you do this, you'll put the whole gearbox back in your receiver of your M4 or whichever platform this will go into. This one in particular is going into an M249. But if you're putting in an AR or something that doesn't have a selector switch, do yourself a favor, put the gearbox in the receiver, put your body pins through here and here on your receiver, and calibrate your selector switch like you normally would using the selector switch off of the receiver. But in this case, we don't need to. We can just do it by hand because it's going to an M249. It doesn't have a selector switch, so we have to do it this way anyway. That being said, we're plugged in. Again, we don't need to have everything put together just to access this Mosfet and do the calibration. So if you're doing this in an AR, you can just throw the gearbox in, run your pins through, and that way it'll simulate that the gun's together in a way. You could just put it in your lower receiver if you're doing an AR, for example. But yeah, and you don't need to put your grip on. The pins will hold the gearbox in the correct orientation. But in this case, we don't need to because, like I said, it's going into an M249. Okay, we're going to go ahead and connect to the device. Hit connect. We'll choose our Mosfet. And then we're going to go ahead and tap the Mosfet there. And we're going to go to the selector. And it says here, your selector is not working correctly. Please calibrate it now. Okay. So I'm going to put my hand over those sensors so that the light from the up there doesn't mess up with these sensors. So I'm going to put my hand over it, hit next, and now I have to put it on semi. So in your case, just like the picture indicates, you'll turn your semi or your selector switch from safe to semi. In this case, we'll move the selector switch so that black mark covers that middle sensor for semi. Put my hand over the gearbox again, hit next, and we'll go to full auto. Now it's in full auto. I'll put my hand over it again. Next, selector calibration is complete. So to test it, you're going to flip your selector switch back to semi, safe, and just keep switching it back and forth. And every selection you make, you want to observe to see if it goes into safe when it's supposed to, or safe when it's supposed to, semi when it's supposed to, and full auto when it's supposed to. So we're going to push the selector plate to semi. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, and then you'll flip your switch to safe, and when you flip it to safe, it should do that. Alright, we're just about there to test this guy. By the way, guys, if you need any help in your airsoft project, I'll leave links down in the description for a Discord channel and a tech live stream on Twitch. You want to check that out. Okay, one thing we need to do real quick is we need to go back in our app, and since we have a brushless motor install on this guy, we need to enable brushless mode on the Titan 2. So we'll go to General, right there, brushless motor mode off, and we're going to turn that on, and we should be good to go. And check some other things real quick. Detection mode on, active braking. I'm just going to turn that off just to be on the safe side. Okay, because it was at 100% and I just turned that off. Okay, we're good to go. If you have any questions about these other modes or anything else that pertaining to this app, you can leave a comment down below and I'll try to help you the best way I can, or you can just join the Discord channel. Okay, so before we test it, we're gonna flip this on, shooting mode, turn that on. It confirms that it's ready to go. So now we can test fire it. Sounds like I need to do some adjustments because that gear set is really loud. But there you go. And then all you have to do from there is assemble the airsoft gun the rest of the way together. If you have any other questions about the Featherweight M249 and putting the gate in there, check out the Discord channel and I'll help you the best way I can. Or you can come check out the live tech streams on Twitch. Link is also down in the description. That being said, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you. Like and subscribe if it did. And I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.